I don't think Rafe moves from third base. Let me start off with that, but that is not exactly the response I was expecting from Rafael Devers. And I think this has to be talked about because there is a time where Rafael Devers will move on from playing third base. That is going to happen in his career. I compare him in some aspects to David Ortiz. I know that's very different. David did not play first for nearly as long as Rafi has played third already in his career. However, David Ortiz played first with the Twins. He came to the Red Sox somewhat as a first baseman, even though he was immediately a DH. And I think Rafi kind of has the same prowess, except he's a better defensive player. Play third base for a little, but he will eventually become a DH. That's just how it's going to go. That's the nature of his career. And in some aspects, I'm a little surprised that he wants to play third base so bad. I've heard the translation of that has not been completely accurate in some ways, and that the translation is a little off in the way that Rafi actually had the certain tone. And again, we can't actually truly know unless you fully speak Spanish without that, and I unfortunately do not. However, I'm trying to learn, obviously, for these reasons. But I do think it's interesting to look at and see this as an opportunity for the Red Sox to kind of back off a little bit, let Rafi say, hey, it's your third base. And it is, because if you look at this lineup, I don't understand why there's even a question right now. I understand that, Christian Campbell could come up, and I expect him to come up. However, he still fits in this lineup. I really am a little concerned at the fact that the Red Sox even mentioned the third base in some aspect, because I'm sure they've talked to Rafael before this came out to the media, and I'm sure they heard what he said. But the lineup here, it can be made into a couple different things, and Rafi can still play at third base. Let's look at the fielding position, because that's what we're talking about here. Duran will stay in left. That's not going to change. Rafi can stay at third, and Bregman can stay at second. I know there's talks about Christian Campbell and him being a second baseman. I agree. However, he can also play left field. Wilyer Abreu right now is in right field. If you want, you can keep Roman Anthony down for the time being. Take Wilyer Abreu out right now. You can trade him off for Dylan Cease. Honestly, I think would be a good thing. I know it's only a year, but there's kind of a backlog in the outfield right now. You move Duran to right. You play Christian Campbell on left. It's just a matter of in terms of who you think is better. Do you think Roman Anthony should be up? Do you think Christian Campbell should be up? Do you think both of them should be up?